What's up, guys? Harry with Pro Schmo Bets. So here we go. We have Sam Hughes versus Piera Rodriguez. Now, before we get into this video and before we get into this pick, this is your super hammer play. This is your whale play. This is your lock of the year. Feel comfortable. I recommend you wager what you can afford. Sam Hughes is this card's underdog. Incredible.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know.
I placed wagers on Piera Rodriguez, 5 units, okay, when she faced off with Kay Hansen. My group, they referred to me as the women's MMA GOAT, right? I think I'm maybe like 12-3 this year on women's MMA. When the losses do come, though, they hurt, you know? But when the wins do show up, you know, as you see, 12 is a lot, we celebrate it, you know? And I think we should, you know? But here we go, one more time. This is big. Now, hear me out on why. So, Piera Rodriguez, right? She's from Venezuela. She goes to college, I think, to study psychology. And then she says, I want to try a stint in boxing. And she does well. So well that she migrates to Panama and she joins an amateur boxing gym, starts boxing, amateur pro, and then with 2 friends, moves on to do MMA. And so she shows up and she does her LFA thing, becomes champion. And then she goes on to Contender Series, does very well there. And then she has her first debuting fight with Kay Hansen. Now, Kay Hansen really had her in that fight, but you know, Kay Hansen was already checking out. Let's be frank. Really, the only reason why I faded Kay Hansen, told everyone 5 units, even though I played like 10, 15, or max account. I remember at the time it was crazy. I was in New Jersey. The only reason I told them to fade Kay Hansen is because she was making tons of money off foot picks on OnlyFans. You know, that plays a factor in the psyche, all right, if you ask me. I don't know about you. But if you have a salary paying job of $40,000, $50,000 a year, and you've done it for quite a few years, like Kay Hansen has, and all of a sudden you have this opportunity because of your stardom and your blue verified check on Instagram and your verified checks on OnlyFans, and you start reeling in $40,000, $50,000 every 3 months or every quarter of the year, I don't think you'd be very focused on your salary paying job. Piera Rodriguez, I like that she's a good boxer, great striker. But, you know, we're talking MMA here. Sam Hughes, she didn't win against Vanessa Demopoulos, you know, and did not take the strawweight championship belt at LFA like Piera Rodriguez did. And Sam Hughes may have like crazy losses to Loma Lookboom and others. But you tend to forget, and this is why it's important to really survey, really assess and screen these fights. You tend to forget that she was having a very miserable time with her old coach before she, you know, transitioned to Fortis MMA. And she started winning. She started doing well, right? We saw her wrestling with Elise Reed. So we know they got the fight IQ. They got the right camp to regiment, condition, train her, and make sure that she's up to par with the match. And what do you think's gonna take place here? I don't mean to offend Piera Rodriguez, and this is just only my opinion. But I think Piera Rodriguez, especially with the cardio, you know, and on display, national television against Kay Hansen, I was not too convinced, okay? But she's on record now. I think this week she had an interview and she said that Hamza Chimaev is her inspiration. And she also said that she's bringing a new approach against Sam Hughes for this upcoming fight? Well, I'd like to beg to differ against all of that marketing. And I'd like to suggest that, you don't become MMA one day to another, especially if you were boxing amateur not so long ago, okay? I believe, just like Eileen Perez, when everyone was on Eileen Perez, they said she is going to submit or wipe the floor, mop the floor with the blonde head, Stephanie Egger. And we went Stephanie Egger, 5 units. I believe it's almost the same rationale. So fade the public here. That's my recommendation. That's our pick. That's our prediction. You want the official fight card? Send a DM to Pro Schmo Bets. Let's go, Sam Hughes.